everybody. So Andy Fastow is back. Do you remember this guy? Andy Fastow. He was the former CFO of Enron Corporation. Anybody remember Enron? They were one of the largest bankruptcy scandals in the United States 20 years ago in 2001. Now, if you're unfamiliar with it, I highly recommend that you check out the award-winning movie, The Smartest Guys in the Room. It won all kinds of awards when it came out in 2005, and I just recently ordered it on Blu-ray because it's so good I want to watch it again. Now, Enron, these guys were the 7th largest company in the United States, and they went bankrupt virtually overnight. And what was the tragedy about it was that a lot of the employees not only lost their jobs, but they lost their pensions and their life savings at the same time. So at the same time as that was going on, people like this gentleman right here, Andy Fastow, they left with millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. A great reward for having flushed that company entirely down the toilet, and were found to have broken several laws at the same time. Now, what makes this case so interesting, and why myself and a lot of other people have been fascinated by it ever since, is because although they did break a few laws outright, there were a lot of elements of this case where they just danced around a few laws. They were in the gray area, the fuzzy border between ethics and being unethical and being illegal. For example, if you do something that you think might be against the law, but yet at the same time, all the individuals who are supposed to be policing you independently tell you or signal through their actions that it's okay, does that mean that you're really doing something wrong? That was one of the issues that came out. Now, Andy Fastow, like I said, is back, okay? He went to prison for 10 years. His wife also went to prison for 10 years because she was involved, but they staggered the terms. So he went first and then she went first. That way they can still look after their kids, etc. Anyway, he is back and he's on the public speaking circuit. And this is what the man looks like today. There's Andy Fastow. And if you do get a chance, I have seen some of the clips of Andy Fastow's public speaking where he is talking on the topic of ethics in a corporate environment, particularly in the context of financial management. And I have to admit, they look really fascinating. So if you have a chance, check out some of those clips of Andy Fastow speaking recently. And if you do have a chance to attend one of the events where he's speaking, I would encourage you to do that. It sounds like it's going to be very interesting. And it sounds like this guy certainly has a tale to tell. So that's the latest thing. And it's interesting hearing CFO.com talk about the person that they gave their CFO Excellence Award to and then promptly went to prison. So that's also great. Check out this article as well by Russ Barnum. He's the guy who covered this very story back in the day before Enron was discovered as being a huge scandal. Back in its heyday, these are the guys that gave the CFO award, and he's the guy that covered the story. And it's interesting hearing their take on it 20 years later, knowing what we know now. So link in description. And if you do get a chance to check out Andy Fastow on his recent public speaking tour, go for it. Thank you very much. You guys are awesome. Take care.